This man passes by this woman who is holding her husband's hand along with her daughter. When he passes by her, he hands her something and kisses her from afar. She doesn't understand what is happening and keeps walking, and her husband doesn't notice anything. She then lets go of her husband's hand and sees what the man just handed her. He then calls her from afar to talk, and on the money he handed her the following is written. Where did this money come from? Where did this money come from? There is a lot more. The little girl then turns around and says, "Oh mom, why are you taking so long?" And the husband says, "Honey, why are you so stunned?" And she answers him, "No, honey, I just have to go over there and take care of some things." And he, confused, says, "It's because today is the last day I have to stay with you too. Let's go over there. I have to buy a present for her." And she says, "Look, pay attention. If you think I have time to be on my feet, you're wrong. I have to take care of my things. I'll go over there and take care of my things, and then we'll talk." And he answers, "No, honey, we'll go with you." Then that's fine. And she says, "I want to sort things out on my own. I don't want anyone to bother me. I'm going to sort things out on my own." And her husband is surprised. And the man is looking a little suspicious, but is with his daughter and need to circumvent the situation. And he says to the girl, "Come on daughter, mom went to resolve some things and we'll be back soon. Let's take a walk, you and me." The woman then comes to the man who gave her the note, and she approaches him, and he says, "I knew you would return. I know a gold digger from afar." And she says, "Actually, I want to know who you are and why you gave me this money here." And he replies, "This money I gave you is for you to spend the way you want, my princess." And he replies, "I am the man who will make you rich overnight." And she asks, "Overnight?" "I doubt it." And he still with conviction answers, "That's exactly what you understood. Spend this night with me and you will understand what I'm talking about. You will dawn rich, and another thing, the best I will pay you in advance." I can't believe this situation. What do you guys think? Leave it in the comments, and don't forget to like it and share it with your friends and family. At that moment, when he hands over the money, her husband appears and says, "What the hell, man? Respect my wife. Daughter, go over there and play. Here 5 minutes, I'll go over there. Is that what I'm understanding? You're trying to buy my wife. Shame on your face. Be paying for sex. Go find a nightclub." He then gets angry and leaves with his wife. He could hardly believe what he had just seen. The man then still has the courage to speak. "This offer is only until today, $20,000 in your hand, otherwise this proposal was already. From what I realized in you, you are a very ambitious woman. You do not want to spend the rest of your life with this shaved foot." At this moment her husband gets angry and starts attacking the rich old man who has a speedboat in all his farms. He then takes his wife's arm and tells them to go away, and when he grabs her arm, she says, "Let go of me. I can solve my problems on my own." And the man says, "Love, you are going to leave our family because of money." And she says, "Paulo, we have nothing, no comfort, no luxury, and you work day and night, and even so we have nothing. Do you really think I will not leave you, even more so for $20,000? And he says, "Are you going to leave our daughter for $20,000? The old bastard then smiles at the situation and the disgrace of the boy. For him this means nothing, but of course, he was not affected. Now Paul does not know what to do, and the woman walks away with the old man. She is making a very serious choice, one that could change her life, and that she may also regret bitterly. After all, she is not only leaving her husband behind, but also her daughter. Paul then very sad arrives at his daughter to talk with her. She has just lost her mother and does not even know. Paul also does not know how to tell the girl and begins to cry. He gets close to her, and she hands him a flower and says, "Look, Dad, I got it for you." And he says, "Thank you, my child." And the girl then asks, "Dad, where is Mom, and why are you crying?" And he replies very strongly, "It's nothing, my child, this is grown-up stuff. Don't worry, your mother had some last-minute things to do and she had to run to solve them, but I promised you that we would have ice cream, and we will, even if I have to miss work." And the girl says, "Daddy, you work during the day and at night, who will stay home with me?" And he answers, "Daddy works, but I can stay home with you, and missing work is no problem. Now let's go have ice cream." In the other moment, the rich old man takes his wife to his house, and when he gets there, he says, "This is where I bring my company. I want you to feel comfortable. I like it here. Nobody listens to anything. There's no noise at all." And she says, "How am I going to do my part, since you haven't even done your part?" And he says, "You'll have to trust me. After you finish I'll take you home, then you'll be able to see your family in peace. And she says, do you really think I'll go back with my family after seeing all that money? The most I can do is send the money to my daughter. He then starts to get ready to be with the girl, and just as he is taking off his pants, she looks astonished and says, sir, it's too big, it doesn't fit, here's your money, I don't want it. And he says, if God made it, it's because it fits, and she is indignant with the boy denying in every way what they had agreed, and the man is very angry. Now you want to pass me over, and she says, I will not succeed, and he says, if you go back you will lose the money, and he now keeps making constant threats to the girl and tries, by all means, to convince her to accept everything for money. She is very scared now, because she thought it would be easy money. The man then goes up on her. He takes the money and keeps counting it in front of her in order to convince her to do all the things for him. She hardly knows where she has entered, the path she has decided to follow. People don't do things as planned, they don't keep their promises and only put people down. They don't care if you are well or not, they are corrupted by evil and no one can trust these people. This woman will bitterly regret the choice she made. She abandoned her husband and her daughter to go live a life full of luxuries and perks. She didn't go hungry at home and had a lot of affection from her daughter and her husband, who is no longer her husband. She didn't think very well when she saw the money the first time. She didn't think it would be so bitter to get this money. She was blinded by what she saw and was very selfish to not even think about her family and especially her daughter. They argue because now the man is naked in front of her, and she regrets what she sees and now wants to go back. However, it is too late to repent, and will not have a return so soon. This path she chose, she really did not think of the consequences of having abandoned his entire family. She was never a rich person and full of money, however, she never spent need and never had to do anything to not go hungry. Her husband always provided everything inside the house that he'd sure to keep your family well. The man is now trying his best to grab her and doesn't care what the girl is feeling. He only wants to satisfy himself and doesn't give a damn about the woman, who is now in a very embarrassing situation and has no idea of the hole where she entered. She is about to suffer the worst nightmare of her life, and now no one will come after you. The moment the man advances on her, she screams a lot, and when he sees that she is not enjoying it, he seems to enjoy it more and more. When the old man finishes the act, he leaves the room and meets up with a young man who seems to be of the same character as the old man. They then sneer at the situation and don't care what the girl feels. They simply treat her as if she were nothing, trash, a despicable being. But the girl made this choice. The young man doesn't understand why the old man didn't pay her. They argue for a while until he tells the young man to take advantage and go slowly, because he couldn't stand the old man. He then enters the room to take advantage of the woman. At this time, the old man is leaving the room and finds another boy outside. He then talks to him and the boy says, she could not handle it all, and another man says, and this money, you have not paid everything, and he goes and says, go on, maybe it will work out for you. And then the man goes to the bedroom. 4 months after everything that happened to the girl, the boy who was abandoned by his wife appears happy, playing with his daughter. They appear happy and the girl says, wow, Dad, you are so funny, you are the best father in the world, and he then gives her a kiss on the forehead and is very happy. She then asks her father, Daddy, where's Mommy? And he replies, oh my child, I do everything I can to make up for the absence of your mother, but she really decided not to be here. She then hugs him and they are very happy. Never abandon your family for anything, they are your most precious asset. Make your family proud of the legacy you will leave. It is much more important than gold, and much more durable than diamonds. Family is the basis and the structure of everything in life, and the most important thing, a united family is fundamental, and the sooner people recognize this in their lives, the happier they will be.